Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. If anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is to try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In the previous video we looked at MMTLP, GNS and also MULN, Mullen Automotive, so please refer back to the previous video for some important updates. In today's video we're going to be looking at MMTLP, so focus of today's video is going to be looking at a space chat with Ham the Short Killer, so I have made some notes on that, and we're also going to be looking at a new FUDSTER in town, so stay tuned for that, and he has been stirring the pot today. So before we do that, let's have a look at what's happening in the headlines. So we can see here headline with regard to ChatGPT. So if anybody's not aware of this, this is something that is transforming AI stocks. So we can see here on BBC News, Google is now launching a ChatGPT rival called Bard. So that is something again going to come out soon. But let's have a look at a survey here of people who have used ChatGPT or other AI tools at work. So we can see number one here is marketing and advertising, then we have tech at second place, consulting third, and then followed by finance. I think what's interesting one is teachers there, and probably education, which I think that one will grow certainly with this development. So AI is one of the areas that over the last few weeks and we have been watching carefully, and many of the AI stocks have been added to our weekly watch list. So the one that was in particular running today, which we called, was ticker symbol IVDA. That's up currently at time of editing 42%, and we also call that a lesser known one, much lower float, and I think this one is potentially undervalued. This was ticker symbol LGMK. Again, this was shared prior to trading with the Discord members, currently up in excess of 12.5%. again, another potential AI stock that could still show significant movement. So if you would like to get access to our weekly watch list as well as our daily stock alerts, the details are in the description below. Let's now have a quick summary of the space chat that was hosted earlier today live, and this featured Ham the Short Killer, and we also had a special appearance here also from Roger Hamilton, the CEO of GNS. So certainly a very interesting chat, and also give a special shout out and thanks for Brizzy Brands for hosting this. So I did make some notes. I'm just going to summarize some of the key messages that Ham shared. First of all, with regard to FINRA, he said that currently in his opinion here they are quiet for a reason, and most likely it is because they have lawyered up, and they have the lawyers have told them to stick to the fifth, and it certainly seems that's what they are doing. Furthermore, he also stated the whole system is currently broken. It could be probably be broken beyond repair, and it probably requires significant change, which I think has to happen, and we are putting the pressure on for that to happen. And also in terms of why this has happened, one of the key reasons is the hedge funds, the broker dealers, market makers, etc. they don't like to lose, and obviously they all monitor each other, they're all in on it. So we're including the authorities, we're including the SEC, we're including FINRA as well. And one of the key reasons, what Ham stated, is certainly none of them want to pay billions and billions of dollars. They would rather avoid that if they could. So that's one of the key things. In terms of a question hosted by shared by Huckleberry, what he stated is what is likely to happen with MMTLP. So what Ham stated, there two possible options that are available to them if they want to resolve it and make the shorts close out their positions. With regard to number one, again, potential opening of the grey market, and he did offer a word of warning if it does open. He said that they will probably try to get your shares at the cheapest possible price. Could be $2.90, it could be, you know, a couple of dollars more. Maybe they might even go up to $5 because they will have an opinion right now that people are desperately short of cash, desperately in need of cash, so people are likely to sell. So that could be one option. And the other thing that Ham also stated, another option could be for them to open the market up. So if this opens with transparency, with the full rules of infinite loss for the shorts, and allowing everybody to set their own sell limit orders, I think this would be preference and give us our 2 additional trading days back. And let's have the rules followed and the hedge funds and the shorts destroyed. So furthermore, he also said there was a question, what can we do as MMTLP investors? So it's a very important message here from Ham, and he says first of all, there is division in the MMTLP community, so I have seen that, and it is obviously not great, and he did say that we need to unite and fight together. The shorts will win by dividing us. Unfortunately, I think that is currently what is happening, and obviously FINRA are not going to help us if they don't have to, but if we work together and share information, there is certainly a possibility there that we will certainly have a much better chance. And finally, it was a message for the CEOs that obviously continuously offering nominal special dividends can be used as a strategy, amongst other things, to flush out the shorts. But this battle is beginning. Hedge funds are certainly taken aback by the movement that we have created. And I think we are certainly not giving up until this we have some victory in this play. Let's now have a look at the new FUDSTER in town, and this is by a person called Cromwell Coulson. I believe his previous name was Richard Head. So we'll have to get confirmation of that, but let's see a little bit about this Richard Head person. Sorry, not Richard Head, but Cromwell Coulson. And what he has stated here is all his opinions are his own. He's the CEO of the OTC markets, Group OTC QX. And I like open networks, solving problems with better data and intermediaries that add values. I think that's certainly not true. I think he likes to stir the pot and create problems. So let's have a look at his profile on LinkedIn, and we can see here he's testified before Congress, and if he wants to testify now as somebody who is creating fear in the market, he's creating disunity in the market, he's welcome to come and testify as somebody who certainly seems to be very agitated. Why is he agitated? And it states here, Cromwell, or was it Richard Head, I can't remember, is former chair 2017-18 of the FINRA Market Regulation Committee. Surprise, surprise. Strong connection with FINRA here, and we had a similar situation with an ARI. So these people are coming out of the woodwork. They're saying they are, you know, all law-abiding, fair, independent people, but again, it all comes back to FINRA connections. And he states here he advises FINRA on rulemaking and trading issues. Well, you do know, Mr. Cromwell, that the rules for trading include infinite loss for the shorts, and these rules are not happening. Your advice is a load of rubbish. So let's have a look at some of these posts by Cromwell, and what Cromwell is stating early today: I am on the side of having an informed and efficient public markets for investors and issuers. BS. The current situation of what happened to MMTLP shareholders is not working for anyone. Well, it's not working for us, but it is working for the broker dealers, it is working for the hedge funds. So again, you're full of BS there. There is also a fair amount of misunderstanding. Well, the misunderstanding is from you, not from us. The next thing he's saying, the ongoing question is how do short position holders resolve their liability for NextBridge if it's not easily transferable or traded publicly. What the hell is he talking about here, traded publicly? So he's trying to again create division and create fear and suggest that put it back on the OTC and we can short it to death. Back down to the pennies and then we close. So sorry, no thank you. I have no control or input on that. Well, you're certainly trying your best, and why are you meddling in MMTLP when it's none of your business? It will be easy to NextBridge shares become publicly tradable. Well, why don't you just get lost and stay well out of this? This is our problem, we don't need you. I will add to this thread, I can add a thoughtful perspective, and questions are asked politely. We were not going to ask politely. We don't need your help, and you can just stick with your advice to FINRA. And he said here, for your information, FINRA is having problems, so OTC equity trades are not being published to the table. Surprise, surprise. So you're saying FINRA having problems? I think you're having problems as well. And then let's have a look at what else this Richard Head is saying. I'm still confused why you're not directing your efforts to making the private company tradable. Short positions will be reflected in that security. So it looks a bit like a little bit of desperation here. And obviously John has said, how is that going to protect investors? It's not going to protect investors, it's going to protect the shorts. So again, thanks for John for chipping in here. And he's called her silly. Well, he's the one who's silly, not John. I can understand why you might be angry. I don't think you can understand. You lose your pension, you lose your investment, you lose your life savings, and then we will say you understand. So he's also gone to say FINRA followed up on their statement saying the same thing. So he's talking about FINRA rules. Well, we know that FINRA have not followed their rules. So this person has also got a response from John Berder. And what John has stated here, you are opening on things you know nothing about. 100% agree. He knows nothing about MMTLP. The entire reason Bridge Hydrocarbons has chosen private is because the OTC, FINRA, SEC, DTCC, BDs have failed retail investors and issuers. Why would anyone invest go public with all the problems that you have hand in? So he's not going to reply to that post because he will not be able to. Not defending anyone because both sides of the table do this, but this time around the chances of passing are sincere. The House passed a single issuing vote. Great bills got axed. One party jams up with BS that no one wants. And then they argued, the other side voted against. So strong defence and argument there from John Berder. And finally, I'd like to give a shout out to FINRA. They have posted again after a month. We've got the second tweet, and this time let's have a look at the tweet in question. They said, learn effective strategies and solutions for protecting senior investors from exploitation, scams and other questionable practices at our 2023 Senior Investor Protection Conference on March 27. So I think many of the MMTLP senior people, investors who qualify for this conference certainly should attend. So put that date in your diary for March 27th, and hopefully we can get some input and news and statements from there. But in response to what I've shared with regard to this post, I've stated, FINRA, can you also look at the thousands of innocent investors with funds in IRA and pensions? Many of these innocent retail elderly investors are now having to work in their 70s and have no information of these funds, and an organisation called FINRA is currently not supporting them or responding to them. And finally, I'm going to finish off by sharing with you some more stories, personal MMTLP stories. So we're going to continue with that theme of sharing these. So first one here is a person who again has responded. If you would like to share your story, then I'll share the link in the description below. But this is first investor for today's video, and it states here that this has been really hard on myself, my wife, and sadly will impact my children in the future. Having hundreds of thousands of dollars vanish just makes me sick with no real explanation. The U3 is disgusting, and again offering support to other families to stay strong. So the next investor here is a single mom that's been investing to help cover some family expenses, including medical expenses for the daughter who suffers from lupus, panicolitis, and also random bouts of cellulitis. So this person is not a new investor in the market, but realized how much illegal activity goes on behind the scenes by insiders in the financial market. Seems to be collusion with FINRA, brokers, hedge funds, market makers and SEC. Certainly that's what we are all seeing. How can I buy a share that cannot be delivered to me? What are the brokers doing? What are FINRA doing? What are the SEC doing? The person has also finished off by saying, most concerning, how can FINRA halt a stock that has got 2 more days to trade per the S1? If there was another problem, one thing I'd like to add on, just add on another 2 days if you think shares wouldn't have settled. So there was a massive shorting attack 2 days before the halt. It's blatantly obvious that the digital trail proves this, and these self-regulated organizations who are claiming absolute immunity seem to be only for the benefit of the friends of these large financial firms. And finally, investor number 3, I had a small position at the time, 2021. I sold other positions, bought more on the 8th of December 2022. So that was the last trading day. I think I was able to sell on the 9th and the 12th. I have no other positions other than MMTLP. Money is all tied. I have personal debt, and now I have to take money from my 401 retirement account. This person is a single father with 2 teenage daughters. So again, heartbreaking stories here. There will be more to come. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.